Please shut up. Watch this.
We need accountability because this media rigged the 2016 election.
Yep.
They rigged the 2020 election with the Hunter Biden laptop story.
Mr. Ramaswamy,
and they're going to rig this election.
Your time is up.
Accountability.
Let me turn to Governor Christie. Why you?
Oh, yeah, and then they're going to go to Fat Christie. Fat Christie, come on. Let's change it up because we know you, Fat Christie. You'll attack Trump. You'll attack Trump. You won't attack us. You won't attack us because we bring you on the network all the time so we can lift you up. Of course, they go to Fat Christie. And another time, they actually ran over to Nikki Haley, which we're talking about 3-inch heels. These 3-inch heels. I'm like, when I heard this, I'm telling y'all, everybody, look, you can dislike Ramaswamy all you want. You can say he's a troll. You can say that he's a plant. You can say he's whatever, right? You can say it all day long.
He dropped some truth bombs.
He's saying what everybody else has been saying. He's not doing a good job if he's a troll. But Will Johnson, that's what Trojans do. They want Trojans. They try to have all of us believe that they're on our side. He's on the debate stage saying this on a national level. I'm pretty sure they're going to hate him. You have the RNC hating him right now. You have the liberal media hating him right now. And you most definitely, I think it's probably Ron DeSantis now when you think about it, because Ron DeSantis is probably the other one in the 3-inch heels. Watch this one. This is so good. He calls out Nikki Haley and she can't say diddly because it's true.
The fact of the matter is the Republican Party is not that much better. You have the likes of Nikki Haley, who stepped down from her time at the UN. Bankrupt or in debt was her family. Then she becomes a military contractor. She joins the board of Boeing and otherwise, and is now a multimillionaire. So I think that that's wrong when Republicans do it or Democrats do it. That's the choice we face. Do you want a leader from a different generation who's going to put this country first? Or do you want Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels?
All right,
in which case we've got 2 of them on stage.
Ramaswamy, thank you. Senator.
Oh my goodness! And then of course they want to go away. No, wait, bring it back split screen for me.
And you know what, Will?
Bring it back. Look. Wait a minute. Hold on. So He said that Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels talking about Nikki Haley because that's exactly what it is. And then he mentioned someone else, but he didn't say anybody's names in the other 3-inch heels. So it's more than likely Ron DeSantis because Ron DeSantis, he'll put on those platforms to make him look like he's taller. Because other than that, he's the shortest one up there.
And you know what? I love.
He's even shorter than Nikki Haley.
Do you not think that her face said it all?
Oh, yeah.
You could tell he hit a nerve and he told the truth and she knows it.
Yeah. Look at her face. Look at her face.
Yeah.
And she can't even say anything. Look at it. Look at it.
And where did this come from? He got.
Oh my goodness. He's dropped. Look, Trump won the debate last night, but really on the stage, Ramaswamy, he mopped the floor with them all. And again, he is saying everything that we want to hear. He is saying everything that we want to hear. Let me share this with you. Now you have Joe Biden. He was asked by Peter Doocy was asking Joe Biden about his poll numbers. And Joe Biden, my poll numbers are great. They're great. I'm beating Trump. You know what? The pollsters, they're going to lie for Joe Biden because the government reach out to these pollsters. Hey, look, you're going to have to change these polls because it's making us look bad. And if it's making us look bad this early, it's not going to help us out. We need you to help us to convince the people to go with Joe. Anybody in their right mind, they're not going to support Joe. They're not going to. You can't if you're in your right mind. But then we're talking about a lot of liberals and Democrats, progressives. They're not in their right mind. The brain cells that they only have 2, and they are social distancing from one another. That's the reason why they're so confused. They social distance their brain cells, and they leave all that room for Donald Trump. That's why they're all suffering from TDS. Well, listen to Peter Doocy ask the question, and I got something I want to share with you that absolutely proves Joe Biden's poll number.
Why do you think it is that you're trailing Trump in all these swing state polls?
Because you don't read the polls. I'll forgive. There are 10 polls. 8 of them I'm beating him in those states. 8 of them. You guys only do 2. CNN and New York Times. Check it out. We'll get you a copy of all those polls.
I don't believe you're trailing in battleground
We'll get you a copy. Come on.
You know what I would have said?
Come on.
Can you go ahead and release your bank records at the same time?
Oh, snap. Yeah. Should we believe the same polls that, talking about your bank statements?
Right.
Well, let's talk about the SARS reports. You know, he probably don't want to talk about that. I wonder if Peter Doocy got the opportunity, because I haven't seen any videos about the subpoenas that's been pushed out to Hunter Biden. I'm just wondering, kind of curious, because it's all roads are going to lead right back to Joe Biden and his criminal activity.
About that real quick.
Oh, absolutely, we can.
So lawyers, you know, we all know now that they got subpoenaed, Hunter Biden and them. Well, now Hunter Biden's lawyer is urging the House Speaker Johnson to call off the subpoenas for him.
Stop doing this. Stop doing this. This is bad. This is terrible. You know what? If it was Kevin McCarthy, it would have never even got to this point. But if it was Kevin McCarthy would say, okay, yeah, we'll back off. We'll back off. We'll make it go away. We'll make it go away.
Election.
It's interfering. He says interfering.
That's basically.
Oh, Kevin McCarthy. Yeah, Kevin McCarthy. He would go, yeah, we don't need to interfere in elections from our side. Yeah. So we do is, you know, Kevin McCarthy, snake.
Yeah.
Snake.
They're saying that it's because they're adversaries in the election, you know, but I'm sitting there thinking, well, you're not leaving Trump alone. He's an adversary.
And that is straight up election interference.
I mean, 100%.
100% election interference.
You and I were talking about this earlier. I am so sick and tired of us being nice to these Democrats. We need to call them out every single chance we get. And I'm talking about the media. They're constantly calling Republicans, you know, MAGA Republicans.
There's nothing wrong with the MAGA Republican.
No, but they say it to their they cost MAGA Republicans.
You're saying MAGA extremists, like right. That's a bad thing, putting America first.
Correct.
Right. But I do that. But I do that all the time. I call them Democrats. But some people don't like the fact that I call them Democrats. But that's exactly what they are. They're demonic demons in these vessels.
I'm talking about you. Obviously, you do it. But I'm talking about politicians.
Yes.
They're too nice to the Democrats. Every time Hakeem hits the podium, MAGA extremists, terrorists, he's constantly saying this to his base. And so they literally have absorbed that so much. You say it time and time again, people start to believe it. We need to do the same thing because we look like we're the bad people because of what they say, not what we do.
You know what? And you know
what they say we do. And they're the ones doing it.
To go right along with what you're saying, I say this all the time when I'm talking to white people. White conservatives, white Republicans, when they call you racist, you need to smack them back. You need to hit. You know what I'm saying. You need to hit them back.
Like with what?
You need to hit them back with the facts and say, you know what? The fact that you have to bring up the whole idea of trying to call me racist proves that you're the racist one.
Bam.
I haven't said anything that's been racist. I haven't done anything that's been racist, but you only want to call me that because you don't like what I'm saying. Just because I support America doesn't make me racist. Hit them back. Hit them back. That's the same thing. Stop giving them leniency. Yep. And you know what? I have conversations with some white people, conservatives, and they don't want to talk about it because, look, it's a touchy subject, and I don't want to come across like I'm racist. Screw them. Screw them. If they want to think that you're racist, they're going to think that you're racist regardless. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm telling you? You get a pass from Will Johnson to call them whatever you want because you have freedom of speech. Don't hold back anymore. Stop holding back. If they call you something, call them out for what they are. Call them what they are. Stop holding back. They're going to, you know what, regardless of what you do, unless you become a total liberal, unless you become a total commie yourself, they're going to constantly call you racist. And even then, they still say white privilege and white people are the most racist people, even when they're talking about themselves. Stop holding back on them. Call them out for who they are. It's a pet peeve of mine. But it's exactly what Shannon's talking about. But let me get back to these poll numbers real quick. Look at this. This is another example of it. Because, see, black people are starting to show more and more support for President Trump. I shared this with the other day. I played this the other day. Listen.
Here's the deal. Perception is reality. And so when you look at the data that was provided in this poll, it talks about how people feel. And when people decide whether they're going to the poll or whether they're not going to the poll, it's all about how you feel in that moment. And so while the facts may not align with their feelings are dictating their reality. Their reality is that they said that they feel better or they felt better when Trump was in office. But we've been trying to push back. We've got some very popular African-American artists that are out here saying things like, oh, I got checks when Trump was in office. I want those checks again, not understanding that really came from Congress. So we've got a couple of things, the perception issue, and then we also have an issue as it relates to civics in this country and people not understanding exactly how any of this works.
And you know what?
Including her,
right? See, they're upset. They're upset because a lot of black people, and you notice it's just like every single time she talk about checks, money. They know they keep telling the black community, hey, we're going to take care of you. We're going to help you out. Here's a couple of dollars here, a couple of dollars here. Now shut up and wait till we need you.
And, she nicely insults them. You
Yes.
all don't know civics, so you don't know what you're talking about. So just do what we're telling you to do, not what you feel like you should do.
Exactly. Now listen to Van Jones on the Communist News Network. And he's piping mad about all of the black people supporting President Trump as well, because more and more are doing it. Watch this.
First of all, overall, the Biden-Harris coalition could be called the Humpty Dumpty coalition right now. Just falling apart, The Latino vote on the ground, the youth vote on the ground, the black vote on the ground. Look, you brought this poll out, and it was like you just dropped a big brick on everybody's head because all it said was like Democrats suck and Biden's in trouble.
Yeah, Democrats do suck, and Biden is in trouble. Y'all seeing this? And when you have the Communist News Network complaining about the black people supporting President Trump, and after all of this crap they've been throwing at him, and they're still supporting him, it's a problem. It's a problem. You know why a lot of black people, and I hate to say this, a lot of black people are supporting President Trump because they see how they're persecuting President Trump, and they see themselves in Trump. Because see, a lot of the Democrat policy has been persecuting black people forever. The Democrat policies keep black people in the projects, keep them in the ghettos, they keep them in poverty so they can depend on the government. There's that check. Keep them dependent on us. That's their whole MO. I've said it so many times. It's no secret. They're not even hiding the fact that's what they're doing. She just mentioned, these hip hop artists or these rap artists or whatever, they're talking about checks. Money right there. It's all about the money.
You like the content Will Johnson is producing? To stay informed and up to date with the current events, go ahead and hit the thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos like this one. Also, to find Will Johnson, visit www.uaf.media.